Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another beautiful night of AGN Halo. Today, we are starting to wrap up the bracket and bringing you the losers final between Bearclaw and Hyped Esports. You guys have seen my face around here a time or two. I'm your host, Skids, joined alongside my first time casting with this man. We've already hit it off pretty solid. JT Displays. What are you looking forward to tonight, brother?
I am looking forward to a Danish. Forward to a tree. Really, I'm looking for Bearclaw. All right, that's what Bearclaw to bear down on this hyped esports squad here. Hyped after a great sweep we just saw over SYG. Hyped esports. They've got momentum coming into this lower bracket run here. They were early on into this tournament, but I think this is where they finally meet the time to go home. Is Bearclaw with those big meaty paws to give him a big smushing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, coming off that 3-0 momentum swing is going to be huge, but also it could lead to a little bit of fatigue, especially if we go into map 5. This is a best of 5 series, and let me read off some of these maps for you right here. We're going to start off with Stronghold on Streets, and we're actually going to be visiting Streets quite a bit if we make it all the way.
Just stay
Next
in the
up, we got
streets.
Recharge on Slayer. Aquarius on CTF. We could see another 3-0 here, but if not, we're going back to Streets for Oddball and Slayer. So there wasn't really much diversity here in the map count. We basically were just told, hey, no Bazaar. We'll play anything else, but just please, please no Bazaar.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be real interesting here. Obviously, Streets has a lot of fun levels you can really play around with, move around. I really do love Streets to kick us off here with this stronghold, especially that B stronghold there. That can be a real point of contention for these two teams. It allows for a lot of dynamic, interesting attempts to move because there's like 3 or 4 different ways to kind of get to that point there. And then you're looking at Recharge on Slayer. That's going to be a lot of fun as well. Aquarius on CTF, already saw that in overtime against CYG and Hyped. They brought the hype in that overtime win in CTF. So Aquarius, that's going to be some blood pumping action there. And then, we keep it in the streets. We're going full Michael Scott office, full cringe today, keeping it in the streets.
Yeah, we do have those, and let's just talk about this map number 1 here for a little bit, because that's what's on the forefront of my mind. We'll get to those here in just a second, get to those later on in the match, but starting off with this stronghold here on Streets, this is one of the maps with a solid A to C hold, A to C spawns. Trying to break those holds and get into a site to capture a second flag may bode a little difficult for some of these teams.
Yeah, and I think there's kind of two schools of thought, right? Sometimes you just kind of like want to rotate as a full school of fish, like a full team, take one point, move on to the next point, and just kind of rotate around the map, like it's a game of playing around the face on the clock. Or you kind of try to hold on to 1-2 points there because you have a really good line of sight from A and C on to B. There, you can quickly navigate from those two there, and then that long corridor right in the middle of the map there between A and C to try to get that map that those 2 points together at the same time. So that's gonna be kind of like the real challenges for me. I think is seeing who gets to be first, and then that's gonna be where the real battle begins.
Yeah, B is going to be where it all goes down. We are just loading up in here. Had a little bit of team
Microsoft servers, it's gonna
miscommunication,
happen.
I believe. Oh yeah, I mean you're hosting these online events. You got people loading in from all over the country, so it always gets a little bit tough here. But you mentioned that you can either run around, you can rotate through the course of the map and basically flag swap the entire time. So it turns into a weird sort of capture the flag dynamic if you're going around and around. But also the spawn holds and the spawn traps are going to be super critical to break out of. I'm thinking here that whoever can get that first like 40-50 point advantage is really gonna have some solid ground to keep those spawns held, and it's gonna be on that defending team to try and break out. Are they going to force swing out? Are they going to play for trades? How the dynamic is going to change, because playing on map number 1, you got to figure out your strats and you got to figure out what you're doing, especially for Bearclaw, who didn't come off of a 3-0 sweep, similar to how Hyped Esports did.
Yeah, so Bearclaw's coming into this one a little bit colder, a little bit cooler down. I mean, obviously, they were making a great upper bracket run there. Finally got psyched out, if you will, by Psyched. and end up dropping down to the losers bracket here. But it's the losers bracket final, so obviously they're coming in well prepared, very well equipped to handle themselves in this tournament here. In fact, it was Bearclaw that took out SYG and Valkyrie here. So not these teams have not faced each other in this playoff bracket just yet. But clearly, like I said, having a deep playoff run is going to really benefit Hyped Esports because they know every single game that they play, it's win or go home, and they've had to face that situation two, three, three times. This is going to be their fourth time now, so they've made a deep run in the loser bracket there, and so I'm really excited to see what's going to happen for them.
Yeah, losers finals. This is where you always have the pressure in the grand finals. You always have the pressure on the top end of the bracket, but when you are flirting with disaster, you are one map away from really losing all momentum and everything you've worked for in the season and the postseason. All could come to an end. So getting off to this map one advantage is going to be absolutely critical. And there is a best of 5. Maybe you drop one, maybe you have the reverse comeback, but you want to be the aggressor. You want to have the advantage. Get that 1-0 map count underneath your belt. And so once we do load up into this stronghold, let's get some predictions here. I know you mentioned you like your Bearclaws, but we also got Hyped Esports coming in hot. So what are you thinking here, JT? What is your map count prediction for this series?
Ooh, map count prediction. All right, so I believe that my map count. I think that Hyped Esports honestly kind of they ended up kind of almost giving away capture the flag there on Aquarius. So I don't think that that's necessarily their strongest one, unless they were just completely like just throwing that game. Uh, Also possible as well. I mean, I'm not in their minds. No way of knowing how they were feeling at that time. But looking at Streets there, I've got to feel like Streets. It's you got to be a savvy, smart player about that. I see that definitely kind of flowing more towards Bearclaw, who've had that nice upper bracket run, able to win, no matter what. Got money on their mind. They just don't ever give it up on the Streets there. Recharge, that's I feel like is more of a push there. Could go either way, especially Slayer. I think that Hyped did a great job with Slayer. They locked it down against SYG, but SYG has lost both. But I think that one ultimately does go to them as well. And then looking at Aquarius, I see this probably going to be. I'm going to say this ends with oddball because I love seeing. And so I'm going to say Bearclaw winning it in a 3-1.
All right, that was more detail than I expected. And hey, that's what I love about you. You always try to break it down here. And folks at home who are ready to get into the action, apologies. They are going to be reset in the lobby. Had a couple trials here and there. I think we're about 4 or 5 lobby jump ins to try and get these going for you. I'm just as impatient as you guys might be. I am ready to get into this action and see some Halo go down. I do think we might go into 4 maps, but I could be looking at a 5 mapper. I would not be upset with a little bit extra Halo, getting more than I'm putting my monies down on. So
It's
if
free
we
real
get a
estate.
3-1 here, I think whoever wins the first streets is ultimately going to be winning the map because they're going to cap that second streets as well. And you mentioned Aquarius CTF is going to be a pretty hectic. Hyped Esports not looking too good in the last one, but that is one of the most electric maps and modes that I've seen in competitive Halo is Aquarius CTF.
Yeah, it's absolutely so much fun seeing that there because you've got like again you got the just looking in the aquaponics there and the greenery there, it really just kind of sets the tone of just all this life around you and all the death and bloodshed that you must fight over these two flags in. It really sets that dichotomy of man versus the environment around them.
Yeah, and nothing like some good old 3-lane maps to really give you that classic Halo feel. Something that Call of Duty games and Halo games have really just set their foundation on is these 3-lane maps and being able to control. It makes it a lot easier to both control spawns, control angles, give yourself peaks. But I really do like about these Halo Infinite maps is they do have different angles to where if you're pushing up in the lane, you can still check mid, you can still check left, right. You're not really bound to just your one single alley. There's still ways to cut over. It may take a little bit of time, but you do have those rotations. And we haven't mentioned it yet, but we're going to have the team comms, which is going to be one of the most crucial factors And I've seen it before in some of these during the season matches that I have been casting that these teams are able to make adjustments on the fly. You'll see they'll play super aggressive off the start, then you notice there's a clear tone. Whoever that IGL is going to be is going to have to step up both for Hyped and for Bear and make the adjustment. All right, are we going all in? Are we going all back? Are we dicing some left, some right? Just notice that flow and think to yourself, how would you calm in this situation? How would you react to certain plays that are happening? And hopefully we can break some of those down for you in between these games as well.
Of course, certainly. And I think part of that as well is also the mental fortitude to know when things aren't going your way, panic, to be cool as a cucumber, and just being totally chill, ice in the veins, or being aware, hey, like the worst you can do is end up third place in this tournament, which ain't a bad place to be. But,
I don't know, man. If
third,
I'm here, I don't want third
third's
place.
two
That's
steps
bad for
away.
me. That's
Third is
bad
two
for
steps
me.
away. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be on top. Don't give me any steps away. Give me 2 steps ahead.
Hey, it's like Leonard Skinner, give him 2 steps. Give him 2 steps, mister. 2 steps towards the
Fair.
door, though.
Yeah, no, I ain't going towards the door. I'm going full steam ahead. But hey, that's why they keep us on this side of the booth, man. They're gonna keep competing. We'll just talk about them competing. That makes me look good at this game, right?
The real question is how many song lyrics I'll be able to work into this cast. So far, I'm already up to 2 different songs here, so we may have to put on
Dude,
a
it felt
counter
like
on
18.
that.
Man keeps going. I feel like we're on America's Got Talent out here. But
Well,
with
you know
that
who does
being
have
said,
talent?
the real talent is in these players. We are loaded up to map number 1. Finally, after all of these resets, Street Stronghold Bearclaw versus Hyped Esports, and First Blood is already on the table.
Yeah, see, I try to set that one up here for you, to get the talent on the streets. But here we go, looking at an opportunity, trying to capture B there. It will go over to the side of Bearclaw here. They will take that B spot and start racking up those points here, doing everything they can, pushing their way into point C, trying to get that push up there. A good kill on to Skim there from Ret the Sweat that time, looking to secure A. Now it's looking at peeking in the background here. A will get defended pretty easily here as establish some contact here early for Hyped.
Yeah, looking like we already got a nice little triple cap, a little bit of the double bonus time, but the B site is going down here. Struggle with a nice little shot punch, being able to trade that out, and that is the cap for the B flag. Not enough defense trying to swing on through, but still 47-0. Now Struggle swinging on over. Can he get the shots down on the B in the mid? No, cannot get the finish there.
And that's about to be a double cap here, and they can finally start getting some points. 47-3, trying to get that triple cap there. Going to be greedy on this. I'm not sure if that's the smartest move here, but I understand. Get back as many of those points as you can, as quickly as you can here, but they are going to be pushed back off of that there by Bearclaws, doing what they can to try to regroup and get back onto these points. Trying to cap B here. It's not going to happen. A double push that way, and it's going to stay with the Hype squad there as they slowly start crunching away at those numbers. You said first to 50 here. It's 47-33 now. As they, well, start 47-31, excuse me. Do you see that it will end up being Bearclaw now if they do hit that 50th mark?
I mean, Bearclaw did get off to a really hot start there. Even had a nice trip cap, but we do see Hype coming back with the double. And, oh, nice little double punch. I love when that happens. They both just take each other out. And, it may not be that first to 50. I may be a little bit over-exaggerating, but I do anticipate a trip cap for about 20 to 25 seconds from one of these teams, and that's going to be really what pulls them ahead.
Yeah, and here you see they're finally starting to pull ahead again there. It was a really good comeback right there from Hype. That they were down early, but they didn't panic. They just trust themselves, trust their teammates, retaking points B here as look for that could be quickly contested here. But again, they were down, 47 points seemed like to nothing, and finally clawed it back to within 10 here. So that's actually a really strong push by them, but ultimately not able to quite catch up to Bearclaw here. I'm interested to see how they're able to move on here. If they continue to find some advantage in some pockets, it's really going to be about those individual pace. Struggle and Philonis right now putting in work here for Hyped with 8 and 6 kills respectively. Meanwhile, TD, Nerdy, and Ret the Sweat Rhett almost at 10 kills. 10 kills for Nerdy himself, so kills Rhett the Sweat. And then Breaking Shot, that third man with 8 kills there. They are absolutely dominating. Breaking Shot now 10 kills, putting a lot of dead bodies on the floor for Bearclaw.
Bearclaw did have a trip cap there for about 5 or 6 seconds. Got him a little bit of a lead, getting that double points. And now first to 100. We got Bearclaw here. He did mention 2 in the double digits. And you know, kills aren't really everything in this sort of game mode. With Stronghold, you have to get that objective. But how else are you going to control the map? How else are you going to control your spawns than getting the kills down and pushing them out of the way? So it's nice to have those Slayers. And with Calder there, 3 and 8, struggling a little bit, but 5 assists, and now a little trading punch there from Breaking and Skim. But you do need to get at least some of these kills and control the points. There isn't really any sort of spawn control here. These are just getting capped all around. Good rotations coming in here from Bearclaw, getting that 118 to 45 lead right now. And now Bearclaw is back on the board, running it up and passing 120.
Yeah, and I always find that, you know, one of the best ways to defend the points that you've captured there is to make sure that the opponent's body stops moving. And that's why I kind of like pointing out those kills there. It's like, hey, that's gonna stop their body from moving and getting point if they're off take them off the field there. And so really the Slayer's really coming out from the side of Bearclaw, doing a lot of really good job controlling where their opponents are, so they have a better idea of where their spawns are, because they're all going to start spawning a lot closer together. They're not so spread out, and so they know where to attack and find their opponents, and that allows them to put their offense into a defensive position there, using that.
Wait a second, looks like we may have lost a player on one side. Looks like we do only have 3 on the side of Bearclaw. So far, no one's out here closing the game out yet. They might just try and run it out. Luckily for them, they do have a 110-point advantage. So this may be, if they are going to play this out, this may be Hype's time to get a comeback. They already have 2, about to be getting a 3rd, and tough luck. We've already taken so long to get into these lobbies, and having one guy lag out. Even with a 100-point advantage here, you still got 100 more to go to get to that 250. This is gonna be tough.
Yeah, and it's very, very tough here for them now, because now they're being picked off, you know, 1 at a time there, so a maximum of 2 of them on the board at any given point here. Now they have full strength, quote unquote, but it's still more like playing like a power play move here. Like if it was in hockey there, where they're down a man. You gotta be careful about this. Does get a good kill, singly Breaking Shot does, but gets clipped into the wall that time as they go down. And we see domination right now from Hyped. They know they have the advantage. TD Nerdy comes back though, ready to take on for their team. Look for an opportunity for them to keep their team in this one. And again, they still haven't lost too many points. They still well within the lead there. It's tied at, like, stopped right now, 157 to 89.
They even got a couple there. I mean, they didn't get completely skunked out on the board. And hey, if Bearclaw is too good and the game's got to nerf them to make it a little bit more even for Hype, maybe we get a little bit dicey. Maybe we get a little bit of entertainment value out of that. But now Hype has all the momentum.
Then you get Battlefield 2042, and nobody wants that.
Oh, well, that's a little bit different. There. But Hype is back on the board. They did have 2 going for the 3rd. Now, within 50 points here, they are going to be tracking back. We got about 7 minutes left of neutral time, which typically does not really play much of a part here on Stronghold, especially on Streets. But it is worth noting every once in a while. And now Bearclaw trying to get back on the board. How are you gonna get this full reset on Composure here? You do have everyone back. Stop the bleeding a little bit, but now it's time to pretend like, okay, we're back in it, everyone's full strength, let's play like we normally do, as they're already on B.
Yeah, I think that obviously the person that reconnected there, they're have that adrenaline rush, like, oh, I just disconnected at the end, so they've got that adrenaline pumping through their veins. Yeah, and Breaking Shot taking it on himself there again. Dunk there. Does not get the point, but that doesn't matter there because he took out 2 single-handedly, so 2 for 1 trade. You call that a good trade there if you're breaking. So trying to do what they can as we look at him right now, trying to hold on to point C, waiting for somebody to come in and just dare him. He's just daring someone to peek at him right now as he holds on to that point all by himself, because that is all they have to hold on to, because so far, man, Hyped are trying to pull back in this one. They are within 20 points again for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, 147 to 168 right here. First to 250. Who's going to break that 200-point threshold? I talked about first 50 would be important, and Bearclaw did just that. And now they're back on the point, getting traded right away as Danger almost knocked his shields out with a little bit of a grenade. That would have made things a little bit easier for Bearclaw here, but Hype is now within 20 once again. They've been doing a really good job on this B capture. I think that has been what is anchoring them ever since they started clawing their way back. And now within 8, this is their chance to make the comeback. Bearclaw is going to have to hop on something quick. They haven't gotten on the B point much.
Yeah, and it's interesting here as well to see Bearclaw just like doing everything they can to try to stay on to C as well. And they had to fight for that. Now C has gone in favor of Hyped once again. So C's
Hyped's
been
in the lead.
Yeah, Hyped has come back tremendously. That GC really helped them out here, but
Hype with the triple
after
cap.
the fact.
Oh man, sorry to cut you off there, but Hype was on that triple cap action.
Absolutely.
And so that was a couple big points there. And you start to overextend a little bit when you get the trip cap. You know, you don't really have much in the terms of defense, because typically you have 2 guys pushing up on that attacking side. You get the third, and then you have 1 player on each other flag. So it's a little bit difficult to keep that defensive hold. And luckily they didn't get completely counter-swept. They were able to hold on to 2 flags here. And Bearclaw, I'm sorry, I'll let you go.
I was say, like, when you have a triple cap like that, I think probably the best option there is like you rush that cap that you just capped, the most recent one there, and then just allow them to retake the further cap and just find 2 that you find that you really like the most, and just hold on to those ones and just say, hey, we got these 3 momentarily. We're not going to try to fight it. We want to conserve ourselves, push back, and regroup so that we have 2 on each. And that allows you a much stronger way to defend the point there. Makes it much more difficult because you're really dug in there like a tank.
Here we go, 2:32 now. A little bit of a pause coming in here from Bearclaw. Can they make a comeback? They haven't got many points on the board since 170. I think it's about 100 in a row that Hyped Esports was able to pick up. They get on the board just a little bit just to get taken off of that A site. And as soon as they go cap B, they get taken off somewhere else. Hype back on the board, 17 ticks left, and the game is going to be all theirs.
Yeah, what a comeback here from Hyped. Down but never out of game here. That DC seemed to turn the tide after the fact there. And will they be able to do it here? Final few seconds left to go. They still have the cap. 4 seconds left. They need to get on. They don't have enough time. And Hyped will take game number 1.
Well, not yet. Not yet. I mean, it'd be impressive if there was a little 70-point comeback here, but it's possible. It is possible that I don't hear no fat lady singing yet.
Now I feel like a liar. I feel like listen, now you make me look like a... What is this?
Hey, I mean, well, this is the most points they've gotten in 5 minutes, so it ain't your fault. Now they're going for the trip cap on A. Holy cow, imagine if they were able to pull this comeback. I mean, here we go. We got a trip cap. We're going to start ticking away by 2. Get them off of A and C. We see them trying to cap both. The grenades are down. C is going to be cleared here, and now they just got to take care of A as they still are ticking away. 218 now. B about to be captured, though.
Yeah, real close to your... Oh, what a clutch play that time by Calder. Keeping that alive that time. Opportunity here. It's slowly ticking by. Oh, it's just by 249.
1 point. Is this going to be the biggest caster curse? Did you have an ultimate caster curse? We're at 237
no.
now. Oh, they're about to cap C. They got to get on C quick. Just if they can control this, that's going to be game over. Look at it ticking away. There's C, but they're right on A. So that's going to pause the ticker as well. That is one of the cleanest swaps ever. 13 or 238 to 249. He's holding out B. 10 seconds left. Can Bearclaw make this comeback? They're on B. He gets the wipe. He gets the wipe on B.
Oh, and
They're 45. 4 seconds left. Are we gonna get the reverse? They're on B. They're on B now. Bearclaw's gonna make a move. C's captured. B gets captured, and that's it. 247 to 250. Bearclaw with an almost incredible comeback, but falling 3 seconds short. Are you kidding me?
They almost threw it. Ah!
Holy. I don't know what to say about that. You literally called the game over. You said the game was over. This was almost all your fault with the caster curse.
My fault. Listen, no. It's their fault. They're always proving me wrong. If they had more fortitude, they would have cleared it 3 minutes
I
earlier.
mean, bro, where was that? I mean, we saw Bearclaw's best performance at the beginning of the match when they scored 50, and then at the end of the match when they put up almost 75 in a row. Dude, I cannot believe it came down to 3 seconds. I would love to just hear both of those team comms and just how
Oh,
crazy that must have been.
if I'm Bearclaw, I am beyond tilted right now, and they are gonna have to carry that tilt with them onto Recharge Slayer. So we will see, and that's I think plays into the hands of Bearclaw for sure because honestly, it's that you saw the kills there early on. They can put up kill numbers on this th- on this hyped esports team here. So I think that Bearclaw have the advantage here. Sure, they lost game number one. Hyped take game number one there, but will Hyped continue to push as that unsuspecting underdog there, or do you think that Bearclaw takes a Slayer? Because I think Bearclaw takes a Slayer.
I hope they can for their sake. I mean, I'd love to see them tie it up here. I feel like there was a little bit of a discredit, a little bit of an asterisk right there about by Hype's win with a little bit of lag out help, but you can't blame the lag out, right? You're Bearclaw, you have a fantastic 100-point lead. Yeah, you choke away about 60, maybe 70 of that as your players reconnecting, but it took them way too long to get back into it as soon as they did have a reconnect. So they didn't recompose. They weren't able to get their strats down until the very end and falling 3 seconds short. So now Bearclaw and Hype Esports in a 0-1 in favor of Hype Esports right now. We are in Slayer on Recharge, and we are pretty even so far. Looking like Bearclaw off to a 4-2 start.
Yeah, Bearclaw 4-2 right now, following Rep the Sweat. He's already got 2 kills already. He's hunting for more with that shock rifle. Look for an opportunity here. Look for the shots there. Trying to get something. 6-3 now. Double lead. 7-3. Absolutely going ham. Rep the Sweat, 3 kills, and he is the kill leader for us right now as his team in command in this Slayer mode.
Yeah, 9-4 here. Rhett already 3-0. We got a 2-0 as well. Who was it last time? I think it was Calder that was off to a little bit of a slow start for Bearclaw at a 1-8. It's already looking good for him. Yeah, I mean, every team's gotta have one, right? Every team's gotta have one.
Yeah, shout out to Tim the Tap Man, he's the anchor.
But a 1-8 start, doing better than that already. Everyone looking positive so far. Bearclaw, great team comms. We'll see if Hype can get a break here. Who's going to be their step-up performer? You're going to need someone to go absolutely huge here in this Slayer if you want to take this dub.
Yeah, we look at Skim here. Now Struggle's got the sword. He's going to be playing this carefully. He's trying to be a sneaky boy. Not sure if that's going to play out for him, is that everybody's going to shoot at this for long range. This is one of those maps where you can get real up and close and personal with people at times, especially in the back quarter there. As you see some pop-offs right now, though. And it is all Bearclaw, because Bearclaw is laying down the law.
Rhett out here with this shock rifle is going absolutely off right now, 6-0. And you mentioned the energy sword playing in the tight little corners, but with Slayers, you don't have to peek those tight corners, as you mentioned, as opposed to playing an oddball. Where you can just kind of run with the ball and hide in a corner and with someone else in the energy sword, and it's super hard to break. But that's where you have these angles missing with the shock rifle. Sorry, I've been playing a little bit too much Apex lately, but BR shots not connecting here. Rhett still at 7.
Yeah, and I think that Recharge is a really great map for oddball for sure, since you do have those tight corners and those little back alleyways.
It's good if you're on the winning team.
It is. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it allows you to kind of hide a little bit. I like play cheese strats myself. Like I say there's no shame in hiding. Just like as I say that the Mangler is a perfectly balanced weapon and people should stop complaining about it. So like I said, I live for the cheese. I live for the cheese. But so they have streets for oddball. So it's interesting that they choose that map because that one's much more open and it requires a lot more run around here. Whereas this one, again, it's gonna be finding your angles. There's so many weird, odd angles you can find shots on. As you get another shot right here from Skim onto breaking shot, trying to pull back this lead that Bearclaw has. And Hype, they're slowly but surely chipping away at that lead here, 24-17 now.
Yeah, Skim stepping up here with 6, Struggle with 5. Each of the players on Hype still in the negative. You're not going to win any games if everyone is negative on your team. So you got to isolate Rhett. You got to see if you can get that man to start to be icy, get him on a death streak, maybe get him a little tilted. Obviously, it's a little hard to target some specific players, but if you can start to calm him down, cool him off, then you got a chance to make this comeback if you are hyped. 27-19, 8 minutes left in this matchup here. Looking like Bearclaw is gonna be the first to 30 here, as we do see some Mangler action here from Red.
Love to see that from Rhett the Sweat there. Love a little bit of mangling. And he's got that fancy little ad on the front of his gun there. You see the little dragon ad on there?
Oh yeah, that's adorable.
Yeah. He's got all the strats. That's all the pay to win skins, you know?
Oh yeah, pay to win. It's gotta be.
Just like all the win right here.
Oh. Well, okay, maybe we didn't. Maybe maybe didn't pay enough. That's not the bonus content. Yeah, well, you've been good at it so far. So you might as well keep running with it. As Calder is 11-6 right now. Coming up huge for the boys. We love that. A double positive KD. Struggle is doing just that with the Mangler. Unable to connect on any of the shots. As you do see a homie zipping around to help him out. Putting some down, getting taken out by Rhett. None other than him. Man, 11-6 and now 10-3. The boys over on Bearclaw are just carrying right now.
And everyone we've seen carrying the Mangler we've not seen them land a kill on stream yet. So I don't know if we should if that's gonna be like the cursed weapon of this round, maybe.
Or we keep watching the person with the Mangler so nobody gets kills with it and then they stop using it because it's bad. I think that would benefit everybody, really.
I respect.
We start the change. We start the change right here. Cancel Mangler 2022.
So basic. You just gotta. It's part of the game.
I'm trying to stir up some controversy, some interaction. Tag at AGN events on Twitter. Hashtag cancel Mangler 2022. Let's get that
hashtag Mangler is gay.
All right, well, I guess you get to pick your side here. We do have an 11-point advantage for Bearclaw trying to close this out. They need just that many. Well, now they need 10 to try and ice it here. 40-30. Cannot get the finish there. Rhett trying to isolate here. The Mangler again, putting down 1-2. And there it is, our first Mangler kill. An assist on stream, swapping it out for the shock rifle. Can he pick up 2 here? He does. With a little game of rock, paper, scissors, both pick rock. And end up losing.
See, my favorite game is rock, paper, scissors, shotgun. That one always wins.
Rock, paper, scissors, Mangler.
Yeah.
5 more kills. 5 more kills to go here. Make that 4 for Bearclaw. They're looking really solid here. Realistically, they maybe should have won that first map, but that's why we go to 5 here. They're going to even up the series now, barring any caster curse. It almost happened last time. But barring anything crazy here, we're going to be tied up at 1-1 going into that madness that we know is Aquarius CTF.
Yeah, and I think that right now that obviously the team in red having an absolute party. 1 kill to go here. Will they get it? It's going to be close here with 5 minutes still to play. There it is. Bearclaw is law. Let's go. Tied up at 1-1.
Bearclaw able to clutch that one up. Even up the series, I was a little bummed there was no 360 scope there for the final kill, but the same Modern Warfare 2, there's no final kill cam. Either way, Bearclaw coming back. Great way to just kind of stop the momentum from Hyped. You know, coming off of that 3-0, winning that first match, whether it be strong or not. We're going to go to Aquarius and then back to Streets where we did see Bearclaw dominate that first map. And the CTF, we could go 5-0 or we could just get some sudden death. I really can't tell how it's going to end up. I can't really predict it.
I mean, Bearclaw dominated the early parts of Streets, right? But then Hyped found their footings and was able to come back there, and that's what they ended up taking up the Streets there. So that's going to be the curious thing with Oddball, because we are guaranteed a game 4 now as we move on to CTF on Aquarius. But it was just such a strong performance there from Bearclaw. Bearclaw never really looked like they were ever going to lose the lead in Slayer, but CTF is very much a fun playground, and I think that that Hyped are very much going to be here to have fun, because this is now the first loss that they've suffered on tonight's stream. So that is the first, they went a sweep over SYG, and now the tonight's stream, they've taken their first loss. How do they respond to that?
Yeah, it's gonna be who's gonna be the one to step up. We saw that Calder and Red were able to step up there for Bearclaw last match. You got two guys that go huge. It really does come down to who is gonna be the guy to make a play. You got Felonies, Scam, Struggle, Danger. We didn't really see any of them come up too big. They played really well in the first one, played really even. But in a CTF like this, whoever gets that mid control in Aquarius is going to be absolutely huge because all you got to do 180 check your spawn, 180 check their spawn, and there's two extremely dangerous points when you are grabbing the flag, and that's at the flags themselves. Super wide open on either angle, and if you can sneak down into green or sneak down into the other side, it's a little bit easier to run the flag up, but you still have to worry about that mid map control. So if you're hyped, you got to have one, if not two guys in the middle to watch either side, and Bearclaw is going to try their best to stop it.
Is it Felonies? Because I've been saying Felonis this entire time.
I'm not really sure. We'll go with both. I mean,
Okay.
Felonis,
Have I been saying his name wrong the entire time? And it's like Felonies. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I'm gonna keep going with Felonies.
I've been calling him the Greek name Felonis. No, the philosophy of kill. No, it's Felonies. That makes sense.
Yeah, well, they're gonna have to work on their philosophy here. A Struggle already on a three-piece. That's exactly what we were talking about. A team wipe right off the bat. Struggle showing up huge and getting almost a full team wipe as Danger takes down another, trying to get this flag capped. What a hot start for Hype.
Yeah, what a great one there. Felonies, one for one there, and they're cap gonna have. Good defense comes up stout here for Bearclaw. Bearclaw bearing down, trying to get their flag returned here. Will they be able to do it? It's gonna be close here as they are starting to regroup here. Breaking Shot now has kills. Meanwhile, Danger and Struggle have a combined 8 kills between them there, so they are off to a great start there for a Hyped. I think feeling a little jazzed. You know, their stuff pushed in a little bit in the last game.
Yeah, and if that really just goes to show you anything, that series of events, it proves that it's more than just the one-on-one gunfights there. It's more than that initial push, because Hype got the team wipe. Everybody on Bear was spawned out. They had a couple of seconds to go run the flag up, but they still found a way off of the spawn to win enough gunfights and get the stop. You're gonna have to win basically two whole push or 2 whole wipes to get this flag capped, unless you stagger it in a good way here, as Skim is already running up the flag. Their flag being taken as well, so we may see a little bit of a stalemate here if nobody gets this first little wipe.
Yeah, but I do like the strat there. Able to just leave it in your spawn point, wait for it, you know you can get that kill as quickly as you can. Wait for an opportunity to return that flag, but no, it's going to be taken from here, and now is an opportunity to turn defense into offense here. They just need to recapture their own flag here, and this could be an opportunity for Hype to take the first point. Hype was really good on the captured flag last time out here. As you see now, here comes Rep the Sweat now. His 4th kill there, gets taken out though, and really both teams very even. No one has scored just yet, and it's just such a back-and-forth battle. Neither one really giving the edge to either team. It's so hard to separate them.
Yeah, and you see a couple of these maneuvers that some of these players are doing. For anyone that's new to kind of capture the flag in a Halo setting, you'll see some of these players pick up the flag and drop it right away. That's for a couple of reasons. One, when they're moving, they get a little bit faster movement without the flag as they do with the flag. So they're jumping around, and it's just kind of fun to kind of toss it back and forth. But also, if the flag is down in neutral sight and it's not in a player's hand for too long, you'll start to see the little timer, the ticker around the flag icon go down. And if that goes all the way to 0, the flag gets reset back to spawn. It has a neutral time, but if a defending player is on the flag, it doesn't auto-return, but it ticks the timer down a little bit faster. So we've seen a player here, I believe it was Skim. He dropped the flag in the spawn to go chase another player. He was able to do that because the flag wasn't going to get returned for a couple of times and try and make a push to return his flag. So keep that in mind as you see some of these players on the attacking and defensive side. You can track those timers down at the bottom of your screen. You see the red flag is almost at a quarter of the time left, and the blue at 3/4 turn.
Yeah, and you know that strategy with dropping the flag and moving a line of moves, this isn't the only game that you In fact, it's not the only Microsoft-owned game that you see that strategy being used to great effect there, you know? Do you know what the other one is?
No.
It is Sea of Thieves. I call it the Sea of Thieves strat there, because you can actually do that with your loot.
Do you do that with your ship? You just pick up your ship and keep like throwing it as you're.
No, like your chests and your loot and stuff that you have to like cash in. You can do that. You can actually do that while you're swimming as well. You can drop. You can actually swim faster and run faster as well. So do it to great effect in that game as well. So I find it kind
that is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So that is pretty interesting here as we're looking at the kills. Rat looking pretty even at 8 and 8. Breaking doing a good shot, 7 and 3. Calder at 4 and 8, not looking good, but Nerdy is nice at 6 and 9 over on the side of Bearclaw. Don't really have much going on for them right now. Calder, who we did see almost a double pause last time, flipping the script, and now at about double negative here with 4 and 8. And then on the other side here, Hype looking better than they have been at 10 and 5 with Danger. But again, these kills with such a small map for Aquarius, it's not really enough yet. Nobody's able to cap these flags, and we're at a pretty solid looking standstill right now. Who's being able to break into the spawn? Both flags are just back in the spawn point as Struggle able to swing in, get that kill for the wipe on him. There's still one player back here by the flag, tossing the nade with the bounce. He's on the flag for the return. He does get the kill, and that is going to return the flag and most likely get the first point here for Hyped if they can get the cap. But it looks like Bearclaw is making a push as well.
Yeah, oh man, I thought we were so close to getting that first kill here. That first flag dropped in there. It's so close either way here. Here we are, 6 minutes remaining. Struggle with 14 kills for his team, put in the work there. And Danger as well, so a lot of kills coming in here, but not a lot of flags. Finally, we get a flag on Hype there, and now that is going to turn the tide. It's going to make all the pressure on Bearclaw as they know they need to find a response here in the final 5 minutes and 45 seconds.
Struggle there, tried to go for that active camo. Can be a big play to try and break on into the spawns, but unfortunately got taken out there, and now Rhett able to pick up that active camo. So he's gonna swing a little bit quietly. Nope, he's just gonna take the BR shot with the shot punch right away. Who needs to be quiet? You can just sneak up and be invisible. Looking like gotten taken down there, unfortunately. And now, still 1-0 for Hyped.
Yeah, and Hype's doing their level-headed best here to maintain that score line advantage. In fact, there is going to be a response. There it is, Calder, the one to take the flag here for Bearclaw. And Bearclaw now back on level pegging. And we love to see it with 5 minutes remaining here. Quick response there, 45 seconds to get that flag from one end to the other.
Yeah, that was actually really impressive. After seeing such a stalemate for a long time, watching a quick flag swing over, that's quite the change of pace, but just goes to show you how quickly this can change, as we do have a player in mid-courtyard there. Struggle, cannot get the kill, breaking shields, but not nailing down the flesh. Trying to swap out the pistol, but instead gets swapped out for death, as Rhett takes him down right there.
Absolutely. As we take a look now, Calder, they're doing a really good job. Calder's been kind of like the rock defending their flag there, but was the one that ended up being the flag scorer for their team here. So we'll see them trying to defend their base. Meanwhile, on the other side, Felonies, not the Greek philosopher, gets well philosophized, if you will.
Oh, there's a cap.
And there is a cap here, and Bearclaw now in the lead with 4 minutes remaining. So there we have it, less than a minute between flag capture.
Yeah, Bearclaw was quick back-to-back, and Calder was already on the flag. The man who I was saying was double negative off the start ended up going 8 and 4, so basically back the other way and being huge for his team now. And Felony trying to get some kills with the active camo, picks off one, but the flag is still in their hands. A third cap may be on the way, as you do see the escort icon swinging around, and there it is. We do get a third cap. Bearclaw turning the tides like nothing.
Listen, the momentum shift as huge. Once they got down a flag there, they said, oh, now y'all playing? All right, now we're going to be playing too. And feels like it is Bearclaw is law, right? And they see the white heat of them claws.
12-9 for breaking shot, looking really solid as Skim is trying to get back into the positive. You got Struggle and BTH Danger. Both the 17 and 16 looking pretty solid each. Who is going to get this kill here? 3 minutes left. Time to get 2 caps. It's going to be a little tough. This hype took a long time, about 5 minutes for their first one, but it's not impossible because we did just see Bearclaw get 3 in that amount of time. As Calder with another flag, this man has been running back and forth. Decided, no, I don't need it. I'm just gonna leave it in the dust. And now looking for point number 4 to take down something in mid here.
Calder is my kind of player, right? Listen, I'm not gonna kills, but I wins these type of games. Objectives. You know what's great about objectives? You know, you don't have to kill the most people. You just gotta make sure you run and get the objective. It's like disregard opponent, acquire objective, right? That is all. That's what it's all about here in Capture the Flag. So I respect Calder. I love the dedication to the flag.
Yeah, well, he's not doing it without getting kills, that's for sure. He is at 17 and 14 right now. Tried to make a big play there. Skim with the flag in the open. He has to get this basically right now. If he can get the handoff up to his teammate, that would be huge. I don't know if there is anybody up here. He misses the jump, which could be very crucial. Gets that second one. Is he going to make it over? He does. Just in time as 2 players from Bearclaw swinging over to get that kill. Wow, Skim almost threw pretty hard there.
And you see Breaking Shot able to grab that flag momentarily there. But as Calder goes down, Breaking Shot's going to move forward here for his team. Breaking Shot does go down, so now it's a 2-on-2 situation here with the flag in the middle there, waiting for it to be returned and collected here. It is being contested right now. See who ends up coming up with it there. As Calder, you know this man stands for the flag. That's all he cares about, trying to get to the flags. You know, listen, I love the strategy. I love the strategy. They get another one here, trying to get it, and it's flag taken, and the denial right there. That was close, and it's 3-2 now. It could go any which way. This is such a close one here as we have the final minute remaining in this game number 3.
That play was absolutely massive. Rep being able to neutralize and get that flag back on spawn. A full reset there. Pretty scary. We were super close there to having an overtime force, but now Rhett and Co looking pretty solid. 40 seconds left. They got the flag back in their hands. They're looking to ice it right now.
Absolutely. If they can get that final flag, it's going to be game, set, match here in game number 3. Not quite set, match. Excuse my language there. We still have oddballs no matter what here. But right now, Bearclaw, that is going to be Bearclaw is law. 20 seconds. Do you think they have enough time to get 2?
Oh, no, it's physically impossible here. It's physically impossible here. We got Bearclaw making some moves here. 10 seconds left. Everything's wide over. 20 bombs across the board, except for Nerdy there at 15 and 22. He had a 20 bomb in the death column, but Bearclaw looking really solid, taking that 4-2 advantage, 2-1 in the series of this AGN Halo Losers Final, brought to you by Beyond Ranked. Again, kids, alongside Mr. JT himself, we've had an absolute blast so far, but we are not over yet. We got another map, an oddball. We could have 5 right here, but we are going to hop back into Streets on oddball, which we saw Bearclaw dominate for the first quarter and the fourth quarter. But the entire second half there, Hyped was able to just really make that comeback on Streets. So with that information, with how strong we've seen Bearclaw over the last 2 maps, do you think that Hyped is going to force us into a game 5? Or are we getting that Bearclaw in 4 that you talked about at the beginning of the broadcast?
The way that I see it, I think it will be 4 maps. And here's why. It's because Hyped has to do one thing right now. They have to stop Calder, because Calder had 3 of those flags for his team to secure that victory in game number 3. And so I think Calder is absolutely going to be the linchpin of the attacking plan for Bearclaw. Bearclaw absolutely need to, they have one person whose sole objective is objective. Oddball, that's the objective. That skull, that is the objective. So Calder is thinking one thing: grab rock, hold on to rock, run around with rock, smash heads with rock. That's all he cares about, because he's an objective man, and he's thinking objectively about this. I think that is how they come out securing it. It's because they have one guy that only cares about objective.
And the funny thing is, you mentioned how Calder's the guy to watch out for. but we've brought up a different person to watch for on Bearclaw every single map. You know,
True.
this past one it was Calder. The one before that it was Rhett, and the one before that
It
I
was nerdy.
forget, but I'll remember when I see the team rosters. But it was another member from Bearclaw, and the fact that we're able to cycle through all three of these, three of the four. Who's is the fourth one going to step up? Is it going to be Nerdy here? Is it going to be his time to shine? Or is Hype Esports a player on that side? Felonies, Skim, Struggle, Danger. Which one of you is going to make a play here as we are already off into Oddball and Rhett with one, Nerdy with two, and Calder, who else but him, with the Oddball already.
See, that's what I was saying. I think that Calder knows what his, and he plays it with great effect here. As you see the Sentinel laser come down here, absolutely obliterating two members before finally getting taken down there. You'll love to see that with the Sentinel laser. It's such a fun weapon.
That's what I love about this game, man. There's so many different weapons, so many fun ones to use, and wow, the disrespect right there. Felonies taking down Calder. That he should not have won that gunfight, but found a way to do it, and 24-2, and Hype is on the board. And with Streets, it's a very interesting oddball map here because you do have the corners that you can just try and make your way into. Yes, there's 3 entrances on either one of the corners you pick here with these back left offices or on the top right of the map. 3 entrances, but it's still super compact, and looking like Bearclaw is already forcing their way back there with the oddball on the ground, but 30 seconds already now. Hype's able to swing it back in their favor, and with oddball, we got 2 rounds to go.
Yeah, and they're just very content to let that ball stay on the ground there, and I think the reason, quite frankly, is because they know they got time on the side as long as the lead. It's 4 minutes left to go in this match. It's such a quick match. It goes by so quickly there. You just have to stay in the lead. You don't have to like always hold on to that ball there, because either way, as long as you have the most number of points, if you score more points than your opponents there, you're going to win more games than not. You know, like full John Maddenism there, and that's kind of like the strategy you take sometimes.
Yeah, when you see the clock not ticking down right now, it's frozen at 3:48. The clock only ticking when a team does not control it. So getting off to an early lead here is super important for that note as well. Not only because you want to get to that score threshold before anybody else, but you want to get off to an early lead because if that time starts ticking down, you know, it's helping you out. It gives you sort of a 5th player. In the sense of the people that are down have to make a push quick because they're fighting against not only the 4 of you, but the time clock as well. So Hype not trying to get down and now actually in the lead. You got Struggle at 1 and 5, man. He's gonna have to pick it up here if they want to keep this lead though. And Nerdy, wow, I was joking about Nerdy being the one to step up here, but literally the 4th player to come up big for Bearclaw, 11 and 4.
Well, and Nerdy did have a really big game before he DC'd in that first matchup there, and that unfortunately affected his stats once he got back there. He just quite as effective for his team, but he was already having the game on that map initially there, so I think that it makes sense for him to have a pretty good game here. Breaking shot, kind of looking at the anchor role for him today in this game here as we look to see, again, we're trying to keep themselves alive here in game number 5, another is Hyped, and Hyped is doing that right now, saying, hey, we need more points than them, because clearly this team of Bearclaw is able to get points in a hurry and able to corral themselves and collaborate with each other, communicate with each other, and that's something that they've done so effectively, and I don't know if Hyped has quite that level of communication and collaboration together.
Well, I mean, you say that as they get 30 seconds in a row here on the objective. I'd say that's pretty good collab, pretty good comms. And now 65-34, Hyped actually in the lead here. But here comes Breaking to kind of take it back. And look, exactly this. The ball went to the mid, and it's right back in this corner. Nades are coming through, which is actually a pretty solid counter here. And an even better counter is going to be the spanker right here as Rhett taking down 1, 8 and 6. If they can control this corner here, the spanker is going to be pretty solid. Only 1 shot left, but it is going to be huge to try and get this comeback here at 30, man. 16 and 6.
Yeah, what a great game here for Nerdy. 17 kills. Finally gets taken out there by Felonies. But we see here on the objective is Rhett the Sweat trying to claw back away from that lead from Hyped as they try to do what they can. They're in that corner. in that stairwell. It has nice little narrow sight lines. Can be shielded away from a lot of different damages. Finally drops it there as he creeped up there on him and waiting for his team to try to get some more kills so they feel a little more secure bringing that out maybe.
I know they say that time travel's not a thing, but I swear that that slowing down time is, because holding a ball on oddball when you are down and tucked away in a corner, man, those seconds feel like minutes each single time. So I know that if Bearclaw can find a way to get this ball back in the corner here, they do have control of bar. Calder pushing out, trying to get down some shots. Nerdy with those objective, just ticking away. Slow. Now almost tied, and it is at 65. We're going to get a little ball toss here. Who's going to get that control? A trade coming in. Skim actually able to get a nice trade there, and ball is down, picked back up. Bearclaw back in the lead for the first time in about 2 minutes. 69 to 65. Looking good, Bearclaw. Looking nice.
Yeah, and I think I'm ready to call to make a cast or curse prediction right now.
No,
I think that this game is going to. I think that this game is going to end when the time ticks down to 0, not when one of these teams hits the score. So that's what my prediction is, that it's going to end when the time hits.
Okay, well, you didn't say a certain team was going to win, so we're not going to count that as a curse. We'll let you have that one here as Nerdy swapping with a shotty and a BR. Great plays. You see some of these really top tier players in these AM scenes are able to utilize both of their weapons and drop the ball. A lot of lower players here, 9 seconds left to go. Breaking shot, just trying to take that time away. A lot of lower players will just end up holding onto the ball for those couple extra seconds and not drop it and push out shots. 98, make that 100. And Bearclaw winning round number 1, trying to close out this loser's final. One more round to go for them.
See, that's what I say. That's why I said it's the caster's curse. I wanted to make that caster's curse, all right?
Does it even count? You said it was gonna be a caster curse. So I think it doesn't. I don't know if it counts.
It's called 3D chest. I want to be invited back to cast these teams again at some point. All right. Listen,
Bro, you're 3D chess. I'm 7D underwater basket weaving over here. Well, one day we'll link up. There we go. Nerdy already off to a hot 3-0 start. Man, this dude cannot be contained. Gets 3 kills and the oddball ticking back for a quick little 20 seconds. 15, rather, right off the bat. And the spanker is in his hands as well. Oh, is kidding right now. Oh, he got the kill.
Yeah, that was a great little play there. Able to maneuver the ball with himself and the spanker. Now he's got a teammate on top. That's absolutely kitted out there with the spanker. And that light machine gun there doing what they can. Just got flanked by teammates. Just got homies on one side, homies to the left, homies to the right of him. He is absolutely living in their prime. So a great position to start off here for Bearclaw. They need Nerdy. He's gonna drop that, let the ball roll and picks it back up here. Gonna hold off on that timer, let it pause. But still racking up all the points here. 42, very nice. Trying to get up to 50, first to 50.
Man.
That's halfway there.
Yeah, I know. Quite literally, this is a game of keep away, but when he's jumping up and down on those platforms, it's just kind of funny. That little bit of keep away there. 51 seconds without even a contest here from Hype. Now they're trying to make a push, but getting taken down. And we knew Bearclaw was solid. It took him a little bit of time here on this oddball to get things rolling on that first round, but man, already off to 60 to nothing. Hype, you can't get shut out here. You got to at least touch the oddball.
Yeah, you gotta touch the balls, sometimes to play the game. And right now they are just not able to do that. Sometimes you gotta be learning how to play tag. Skill. Sometimes your last one being picked kickball. And listen, I have to talk to my therapist. All right.
Well, I'm proud of you. We're all making improvements. We're all making improvements here, except for Hype. They're not improving much in this game. Well, we see 1 and 6 by Struggle, 2 and 6 by Danger. That's pretty tough here as it's Nerdy and breaking shots just taking absolute control. They must have gotten bored. There's no really any other reason to swing out that ball into the center of the map. Get it a little bit challenging here, but they still can't contest. 75 to nothing.
Yeah, this is complete domination here from Bearclaw. I said it was gonna be Bearclaw. That a 4-1, a 3-1 in map 4. Is this not what I predicted?
I mean, We'll allow it. We'll let you have this one here. 83 to
Another
0.
react.
Bearclaw. Bearclaw looking to try and close this out. He has almost cursed one time. So let's not let him get at it again. Oh boy. Oh no. You said Bearclaw was gonna win, and now here we go. We got hyped. Back on the offensive. Well, not really back. They are on the offensive for the first time. 15 seconds on the bright side. It's not gonna be a shutout no matter what happens.
Listen, I want him to challenge, all right? I like challenges, all right? So I threw down the gun. I hyped. That's what I was subliminally doing and saying, hey, hyped. Get your head in the game, all right? You got to get your head in the game.
Well, I guess it worked here. 90 to 15. Bearclaw trying to close it out. They want in this grand finals, and they want to send hyped packing. Again, folks, losers final. Whoever gets iced right here is going to be sent home for good and close out this AGN Halo season. 90 to 15. 10 seconds left for Bearclaw.
Yeah, and Bearclaw, so close. They can taste victory, but they're not going to take it from them just yet. They're going to rack up these kills here. They really enjoy the thrill of the chase, the thrill of the hunt. That is Halo here. Getting another kill that time. Nerdy on. Trying to get another one here. Is he going to get it? No.
Oh.
Each other out here. Nerdy. And it's going to be an opportunity for Struggle. Can Struggle get the ball? No, he cannot. And 90 to 30. 90's they're going to.
Here it is.
Kill now.
Yeah.
That is going to be breaking shot.
We got breaking shot is going to try and close this one out. 98, 99, and that is going to be 100. Bearclaw taking round number 2 of this oddball, closing out the series 3-1. Could have been 3-0. Who knows what could have happened that first map, but hyped esports. Congrats on your run to the losers finals, but unfortunately it is over. It was nice having you guys. Bearclaw moving on to grand finals after this great best of 5, twice in Streets, once in Aquarius, once in Recharge. JT, it's been an absolute pleasure. Again, your host Skids in the booth and my man JT Displays. Having a blast out here tonight.
Absolute game, set, match. Well done there for Bearclaw. They get to face Psyched in that grand final there, who they lost to get to the losers final here. So now it's an opportunity for them to redeem themselves, to say, hey, this is now we're out here. We're feeling ourselves. This is an opportunity for us to show that we belong here and that Psyched isn't all who they think they are.
We are going to have to see what happens in those grand finals, but that's going to close it out for us. A great series again. Be sure to check out AGN events. Not only hit that follow button on Twitch, but send it on over to Twitter as well. And I am your boy Skids. Search me up on Twitter. If you give me a follow on Twitter,
What you at?
I'll give you a hug. Just search up Skids with 2 eyes and a Z. You'll find it, baby. But JT, send us home, brother.
Absolutely. For Skids here, and for me, JT, you can find me on Twitter on @JT_INKC. This has been AGN Halo, your losers final. Congratulations to Bearclaw. They're moving on to the grand finals. And for our producer, of course, big shout out to Fetty. Thank you so much for producing us tonight here. We will see you guys next time. Take care, y'all.